Ministry of HRD Government of India has created an innovation cell at AICT New Delhi office. This cell is believed to take care of hackathons, Atal rankings and few other initiatives. The cell is being headed by Dr. Abhay Jere. To talk to us more about this cell, we have Dr. Abhay Jere today. Dr. Abhay Jere, welcome to the Campus TV.
Namaskar.
So as a Chief Innovation Officer, can you just share more about this cell which has been created by the Ministry of HRD? What is the purpose and what all initiatives are being taken under this cell?
So yes, Hackathon is one of our very successful initiatives, but we are also doing multiple other initiatives to ensure that we can effectively foster innovation ecosystem within all education institutes in India, or at least major institutes in India. So for last 2017-2018 hackathon, we were actually approaching only government organizations for problem statements, and we were taking mentors from industry. So the organizations like which we approached were ISRO or Department of Atomic Energy or Ministry of Railways, Ministry of Road Transport, so on and so forth. As Mittal sir said, has already we had huge participation, more than 25-30 ministries for the first year, and then ministries as well as state governments for the second year. But this year we are trying to do a bit different. We are going to private organizations also for problem statements, because the real technology also happens there. Cutting edge work happens in a lot of private organizations also. And it will be great to connect students directly with some of the very good institutions or industries in India. So this is a unique thing which we are getting. So eventually we dream of a open innovation platform where we have 1,000+ private organizations on board, few thousand educational institutes on board, and few thousand mentors. They could come from either academia, industry, or pro bono, self, what we can say, working, freelancers, those kind of things on a common platform. And eventually we want to ensure that it should not be a one-time activity like a hackathon, but problem solvers and problem seekers are connected on a year-long basis, where problem seekers should start throwing out the problems and problem solvers, students especially, start picking up and running with it and giving the solution. So that's ultimately what we wish to do in this hackathon. And from that perspective, we believe that getting private organizations on board is a very important step for us. And fortunately, we have received very good support. We have all major private players on board, from Indian Oil to Tatas to Mahindras to TVS's, ITC, Maruti Suzuki, Dr. Reddy's Labs, and these kind of organizations. Really big organizations are already on board, and they have promised us to give us problem statements. So currently we are in the process of identifying the problem statements with them, and we will be publishing them soon. So we believe that this time the quality of problem statements will be better as compared to last year, because a lot of scrutiny and things. Apart from that, for every problem statement, at least coming from private organizations, we are trying to give prizes. So the number of prizes will be far more this time as compared to last year. As last year also, another very innovative model which we did was for hardware hackathon, which Mittal sir briefly mentioned about. You must have seen one TV show, I cannot name that, where some people are put in some house, and the entire program goes around or revolves around the tantrums of those people in that house. We asked our question that whether we can use a similar model, not the same model, a similar model to actually promote or foster innovation. So last year what we did was that we went ahead and hired 10 different workshops. IISc to IIT Kharagpur to IIT Guwahati, IIT Kanpur. And we told students, and we selected actually students, and we put those students in the workshop. We told them that you will get everything here. You have to go in with a concept and come out with a product. And that has worked really phenomenally well. And it's again a very innovative model which we believe we have established for actually bootstrapping an idea, creating a functional prototype. And this year, we believe that as the pilot was successful last year, we will go to 20 to 50 such workshops we will hire, and we will do it at a far bigger scale. Because software hackathon is one part of it, but if India has to really excel, we really require a big revolution in hardware, and we believe these hardware hackathons will eventually be the pivot for promoting good products coming out of India.
So we came to know about Indo-Singapore Hackathon Summit. This is one of its kind event, international event being organized apart from the domestic events happened in the last 2 years. Can you just tell us more about this international event, and are there any more international events being lined up apart from Singapore in any other countries?
Yes, it's a nice question. Yes, so Indo-Singapore Joint Hackathon is the first of its kind, but we are already started talking with SAARC and ASEAN and other organizations, and we hope that such joint initiatives also come up with other countries. For Indo-Singapore Hackathon, we will have 20 teams from India and 20 teams from Singapore competing on 12th and 13th of November in Singapore, National Technical University of Singapore. We have already selected the teams. Some of the winners of Smart India Hackathons got the opportunity to participate, and that again is a good tangential benefit to the winners of Smart India Hackathon, because we could really identify good talent. Then some nominations came from our elite institutions like IITs and those. So, but they had to actually pass and compete to the exams, which a small exam which we took for the final selection. And now we have selected 20 teams. It's a 3-member team along with one mentor. We have defined problem statements related to smart campuses and smart cities related. And these 40 teams, then 20 Indian teams and 20 Singaporean teams, will actually compete with each other to crack those problems and offer innovative solutions. They will actually be felicitated directly by Prime Minister on 14th of November in Singapore.
So apart from these innovations, we also came to know about 1000 Institution Innovation Council. So it has still to be launched. So not to discuss in more details, but can you show some light about what is this 1000 Institution Innovation Council?
If we have to foster innovation, we have to convert it into a movement, right? Some elite organizations doing a few good programs may not actually help in big way. And ideas can come from anyone and any part. So we decided to actually go ahead and form innovation councils across 1000 institutions, and that's why we are calling it Institutes Innovation Councils. That process is currently going on of selection of the institutes. Large number of institutes are applying for it. We are currently scrutinizing it. So the thought process here is that if you want to systematically foster the innovation or create that innovation ecosystem, you need to handhold the institutions, because many of them don't know how to approach this systematically. So we have created a year-long calendar for these institutions to go ahead and follow. We are going to give them very specific focused programs which they should do. And we believe that at the end of that program or year-long activity, A lot of awareness related to innovation will happen in their institutions. Some good ideas will come out of those institutions. Those good ideas will be converted into proof of concepts, as well as some of the proof of concept will be actually pushed into an incubator. So we have thought over it a lot, and from awareness generation to actually identifying good ideas and teams of students which could be put into incubators for startups. We have worked on that program, and that program will be part of these IICs, which soon our Honorable Minister Shri Prakash Javadekar ji will launch.
So can you also discuss about RER, that is the Atal Rankings of Institutions Based on Innovations, what it is all about?
So if you have looked into NRIF ranking, which is now quite acknowledged and respected across all institutions, they consider all parameters from research to number of students, education, those kind of things. But there is no ranking in India which actually focus on innovation. And currently, if you look at the global trend, all universities or all rankings of these education institutes are based on their innovation index. Apart from that, if you look at global innovation index, India's ranking is 57th. It's not very good. Although in last 4 years we have improved substantially, means 4 years back we were 81 and we have improved substantially, we are 57. So considering these parameters which are used for Global Innovation Index and some of the global ranking of institutions, we felt that we need to have a ranking internally which will boost our institutions to focus their approach on promoting innovation within their campuses. So we worked a lot and have created the framework which we are calling it as Atal Framework or Atal Ranking System for ranking all institutions in India based on their innovation ability or achievements. So we will be actually ranking them and we believe that over a due course of time, in next 2 years, 3 years, the focus of these education institutes will shift considerably towards promoting innovation in their institutions, because at the end of the day, they would like to see their rank high on a national level to attract large number of students. So it will be actually a market force which will act and which will push these institutions to get on this track for promoting innovation. So we believe that this ARIA ranking will actually help us achieve that, and eventually we will able to match some of the global parameters which are there. So currently globally only output is measured, but here for ARIA ranking we are looking at what input you are giving in terms of finances, in terms of programs for doing innovation, then what processes you are following, and ultimately what is the output. So we are looking at this at a holistic level, and we believe that eventually it will be one of the most prestigious ranking in India, which all institutions would like to have, or like to have that badge associated with.
Definitely, sir, as NIRF rankings has created in space as one of the premiums and most dependable rankings in the country, the same way Atal ranking will be creating a niche space amongst educational institutions across the country. And we would lastly thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule and giving us time for this interview. We will try to keep these kind of interviews on a regular basis so that we can get a lot of information from you, and that can be shared amongst institutes and universities across the country.
I'm really thankful to Campus Digital for giving us this opportunity, and we would like to seek your support even in our movement forward, because together we have to work for fostering this culture of innovation within all education institutes in India. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Namaskar.